What's up, fam? This your boy, Silver Wolf TV. I'm back here again with my man, OG Nitty. You know what I mean? You already know he don't need no introduction, but Nitty, you know what I mean? Always a pleasure, my brother, to have you back again with us, you know what I mean? What's been up? What's going on with you? Know you got something for us today.
Yeah, man, I was recently asked, to kind of pick up from where we left off last time, from a close friend of mine. They said, what was the most traumatizing thing that I experienced while being, in prison, especially somebody having, double natural life plus 141 years and no possibility of parole. And being this at the age of 22, right? So it was life changing. But they asked me, they said, man, what was the most traumatizing thing? And to be honest, because I suffered, loss of close friends and loved ones and everything, so forth and so on. But the most traumatizing thing to me was to have to face the reality that people who I once loved, I once trusted, and that I had no doubt in, whatsoever, some of these people had turned their backs on me. And I'm like, wow, like with me, friendship is kind of different. Just like a relationship. If somebody's my friend, I'm like, if I'm not a part of them or, they're not a part of me, they're taken away from me, I don't feel whole. And it's male, female, whatever the case may be, because we dealing with friendship. This is my friend, right? And it seemed like I look at so many people and how they look at friendship kind of loosely. And in there, you're faced with that reality. You're locked in the cell with that reality and say, wow, um, this guy who you had once been willing to lay your life on the line to save his is fucking your girl. You know, shit like this, it's like it was so traumatizing to have like dudes you kind of grew up with and you was out there, man, you was banging that gun with, and you know what I mean? And because like I just told somebody recently, I said, man, what's crazy is anything outside of business, most of my beefs wasn't mine. It really was other people's, but I protected my friends. I don't, if somebody my friend, I don't want to be going to your friend, at least, for anything, short of natural causes. So that's why, I kind of do the interviews now that, not try to preach to the youth, but really let them know, man, this what's in store. This what's in store where how horrifying it is to call home and nobody answers the phone and you like, hold up. People are normally home around this time. These are the things that you had to face, especially when you've been given any significant amount of time. These are the things that you're going to have to face. You're going to have to face your mother not being able to be there for you like you would want her to be, simply because it costs to be in prison. I mean, outside of the state, when they get off of you, it costs to be in prison. And most times, a lot of the younger cats, they come from families that's already struggling. In some cases, they was actually the breadwinners for the most part. So I like I said, I do these things, man, to kind of say, man, please think about your decision. Like I said, I can't try to preach at you. I can't try to be your mother, your father, whatever the case may be. However, it is nothing worse than you sitting up there, sitting in a cell, and when the CO comes around for the mail call, and he walks past your cell day after day after day after day, to the point that you almost want just the wrong piece of mail to come there. That's the loneliness that you're experiencing there. You know, an ex-girlfriend of mine, her sister, uh, by the name of Jane, right? That was her nickname, and we still tight to this day. But I can remember a time that I got turned down for parole in there, and I mean not for parole, excuse me, for an appeal. They turned me down for an appeal, and when I told her, I never can. It seemed like I never forget how sad she sounded because she was crying, and she wept and she said, "Man, they don't know the real you. Like you've been in there, you did enough time, this and that." And I look at stories, I think about stuff like that, and that's why I say, man, when it comes down to a lot of the young cats, man, the young G's, man, like really sit down and ask yourself, man, is it worth it? You know, it ain't saying that you ain't a gangster. Is it worth it? And I go as far as saying, hey, man, is it worth it at this time? I'm not promoting violence or nothing like that. But sometimes, man, when we give ourselves time to think about our decisions, man, we tend to make a better one. But on that note, you know what I mean? We'll continue this next time. Till then, peace.
Hey, to the young people, hope you're paying attention. Stay out of prison. Stay out of prison. So Wolf TV, God bless. Y'all know I represent them gangsters.